Hello, this is Ron with Rising Sun Properties. This is the third installment of our Kobe homes that I was doing recently with a client of ours. Again, it's in a nicer neighborhood, and this home is, it's in good condition. It's got a bit of a quirky build, as you'll see. It's a wooden home built in 2001, 24.8 million yen, 3-story 4LDK, 89 square meters, and about 11-minute walk from the nearest station. But before we get started, just a few words and some things to think about while you're doing your searching. Hey guys, Ron here with Rising Sun Properties. I'm at the property of one of my clients here in Kobe we're looking at, and it's not, a super low budget. It's about 25 million yen, but these are the kind of properties I really enjoy showing, that I feel really comfortable with. And like a lot of our clients, they kind of started with a lower budget, looking for that true akiya fixer-upper. And then after some research, they've been researching for 4 or 5 months probably since they originally contacted me, but have decided to look at a more higher end, more modern, less worry kind of property. And as you'll see in the video, this is one of those. It's super hot. Oh my gosh, that is embarrassing. Woo, summertime, there's no air cons in here that I've been using. There's a couple upstairs, but anyways, when you start your journey looking for a property, everyone maybe starts at that lower end budget and that cheap fixer-upper property. But if you have the budget and can stretch, something like this is a very good choice. So please keep that in mind when you're doing your searches. All right, that being said, I do understand people have their budgets and want to stay lower, but always something to keep in mind when searching. So here we are with this home. It's 3 stories. There's kind of a basement built the way it is right now when you come in. I think it was rebuilt, and where the car is parked, there's a storage area underneath it. It's not enclosed, but it is covered. You can't park a car or even motorcycle. You can't get anything there. And it's just a bit of a weird build, as you'll see, but we'll get to that in a minute. Here's the entrance area. You can see that big new door installed. This is okay the way it is. I think if you wanted to upgrade, the wallpapering looks a little bit dated. You might want to upgrade this kind of stuff, but overall, it seems like a pretty solid build. And again, the kind of property I do feel comfortable showing, because I know there's not going to be any problems with the inspection initially and also for years to come. So if you can stretch your budget, always a good idea to do so, just because, you get what you pay for. There's just normal wear and tear. There's a place that the aircon can be installed there. There are 2 air cons upstairs. None that I remember downstairs. We'll take a look. Here's the gas input. That is for the gas heater. You can plug that in the winter time, and it's a great way to quickly warm up the room. I don't have them in my current home, but I did in my last one, and they were fantastic. I loved them. So here's the kitchen. Pretty new. Ready to go. It's got the dishwasher, 3 burners, ventilation, of course, plenty of storage, fish grill, and here is a place. It's actually a place to put your knives. And this, I don't know if it's new, but it looks new. It's pretty clean. So they definitely did a good job of cleaning the home before they left, unlike the one that I posted, the first Kobe property I posted. So a nice view out of the kitchen into the living room. Not a huge kitchen space, but there's plenty of area there. And that actually pulls down so you can get to it a little bit easier. But this one, the shelf is a little bit high for your reach, but there's plenty of storage there and a room for the refrigerator. Here's a look out the back. There is an apartment complex there, but it seemed pretty quiet, and I don't think it would be much of an issue living there with any problems with the neighbors. slider to open the window, and a look out onto the balcony. Outside, again, everything looked fine, looked solid, no issues with the foundation or cracking in the concrete. Did not see a crawl space underneath to look underneath. Baby pink. It's still there, reminiscent from probably when it was originally built. But the toilet is upgraded, the washlet. All the doors are sliding and opening properly. Place for your washing machine, your sink. Up there at the top is the breaker. Here's the bathtub. Pretty big bathtub, but definitely has a late 90s, early 2000s feel in here, but it's completely fine the way it is. And you can see the stairs going up, but first let's take a look downstairs. There's a couple windows there you can open up for some fresh air. There were vents on the walls, so you can open up the ventilation and it'll filter out the air as it's coming in. You can change the filters up there to the left. You saw that square area. That's the vent. So here are the newer sliders I was talking about before. They're very easy. You just pull them, slide them up. And there's the car parking. So this was built, it must have been rebuilt, and then they built a car park there and just had this for the storage. You'll see in the next room, it's kind of awkward the way it comes in and blocks the doorway walking out a little bit. Another slider. Always nice to have if it's a second home. If you know you're going to be gone for a long period of time, you can close those when you are away, or if there's a big storm, typhoon coming through, you can close those to protect the home. Downstairs, out back, a little balcony area. Not much of a yard or garden, but there is some space. See the aircon unit over there. So you're not right up against the apartment complex to the back, but it is pretty close. There's that ventilation port up at the top right. Aircon's installed. Might be fine the way it is. I think it was a little bit older, so probably would want to be replaced eventually, but I think it's probably functioning and working the way it is. Here's the second room, and you can see all of the doors and windows have the shutter. And super easy to open. Just pull it up, it'll unlock and slide up into the top there. Aircon installed, closet space, floors look good. Again, didn't see any water damage, anything like that. Built in 2001, I think it was. It's, you know, you can be pretty confident that the home's going to be okay. Usually if you get 85 or earlier, that's when there's probably always going to be some issues, but anything in the 90s or newer, that should be okay. The outside area, not sure exactly what you could do with it, but area for some storage, put some cabinets out there. Plenty of room. It's kind of a waste. It'd be nice to be able to park a car or something, but there's no way to get it down. Here you go. Here's the garage area. As you can see, it's a little bit, once you get in here, you can get your head up, but the beams are right on my head. So kind of storage, you can't get a car or anything like that in here. And a bit of an interesting design, but here it is. And now back up to the second floor. So there are some stairs. It's not that much of a hassle, but if you're going up and down all day, every day, it could maybe be a little bit much. A lot of the newer homes I'm seeing, especially in the cities, are built this way, where it's 3 stories, kind of a skinnier building, and 1 or 2 rooms on each floor. It's, in Japan, there's not a lot of space, so build up. Looking out to the front. Aircon up here. and a balcony area outside, as you can see. So there's two rooms up here. And yeah, a pretty decent view. You see the bridge out there a little bit. It's easier to see in person. So you are above the apartment complex, which gives you a bit of a view. Not sure if it's an ideal place for a barbecue or anything like that, but you probably make her do. And the second room on the third floor, if you will. Large, tall closet. Place to hang your clothes. Again, floors, walls, everything looked okay up here. And here is some storage. And then to the right is the second toilet. Entrance for a crawl space. And boom, there it is. I don't even need to say it, you guys know. So older toilet, can replace that if you want, but it's fine the way it is. There's another vent. And there you go. So those are the 3 properties I viewed here in Kobe. These properties always aren't on the market by the time people reach out, so please do remember that. If you're interested in this property, we can check on them, see if they're available, and if not, we can look for others as well. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you guys next time.